Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie. So here's the thing. At the mid-month point, I said I wasn't going to be doing a mid-month haul because I hadn't bought that many books. And now we're almost at the end of November and I've had a lot of books arrive. So I'm going to have to split them into two different hauls, which wasn't the plan at all, but I bought books, I got books, so this first part here is separated into two different parts. So I have a couple of books here that I got from the one bookstore, and then I have a whole bunch that I ordered ages and ages ago, and I'll talk about them in a minute, but let's start with the ones from the same bookshop. So back in my August haul, I talked about Rosie Ravelston, which is a bookstore / publisher here in Australia, and I bought one of their books in August, and then they got in contact and wanted to know if they could share it, and then sent me a discount code. So I bought some more books. I picked 3, so they sell new books and publish them, and then they also sell some secondhand ones, and I found 3 secondhand ones that I wanted, so went with those. Let's start. First one I have read, and this is The Colour Purple by Alice Walker. I actually read this back in high school. We didn't study it or anything, I just read it because I wanted to read it, but that was at least 8 years ago now, because I definitely didn't read it in my last year of high school, which was 7 years ago, so it's been quite a while. I never owned a copy because I borrowed it from my school library, and now I have a copy, and it's in basically new condition, and I'm really looking forward to rereading this hopefully soon. If all goes to plan, we will see how December turns out. And then I got 2 new ones. So I have Year of Wonders by Geraldine Brooks. This is about the Black Plague in an isolated mountain village. I think it's in England or in Britain somewhere, I'm not really sure. And it's about that. Probably not something I'm going to be reading at the moment, but I have wanted to try Geraldine Brooks for a really long time, and I saw this one and I was like, might as well be this one, and probably going to end up reading it in 2021, hopefully. And then this one I was really, really excited about, and this is Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. I've wanted to read this one forever, and I have there is an audiobook copy on Scribd, which I have been intending to listen to, but I like having, for this one I felt like I needed a physical copy as well, and it was cheap, secondhand, just because I feel like I'm gonna need to read it alongside if I decide to listen to it, but I'm gonna give it a go and just see how I go, just reading it in a physical form, because I'm not very good at listening to audiobooks, so I will see how I go. And then I just wanted to show this because it was really cute. This is a little card thing that they sent me, but I really like the thing on the front which says, "Books are no more threatened by Kindle than stairs by elevators," and that's from Stephen Fry, and I just thought that was cute. So those are all from Rosie Ravelston, and then I have a whole stack here that I ordered, I think in June or July. This comes with a whole story. So, best friend Angel works at bookstore, and I got her to order all of these for me, which are Agatha Christie's, because I get her to order I order most of my Agatha Christie's from her because it's easy. She can check that they're the covers that I want, and it's not like I buy them and then they turn up and I'm like, oh, they don't match. So I got her to buy the next 7. These are all Perrault. I think last year around this time I got her to buy me the next 2 in the series, and then I got her to get me this Christmas one that I really wanted, and now I really want to read that Christmas one this Christmas. So the plan is to read through all of them. Like I said, ordered these in June. We went back to lockdown. She wasn't working, and they finally arrived, and I'm super excited. I'm going to go through them all now. Most of these, or half of these, are replacements of books that I owned but didn't have in these covers, and others are new. I think I've read one of them looking at them, and yes, let me show you. I don't know off the top of my head what order these go in, so I'm just going to go top to bottom. So, Death on the Nile. Obviously this is the one the next movie is coming about, but it is not the next book in the series after Murder on the Orient Express. Haven't read this one yet, but I think in terms of movies this probably makes more sense. I'm currently reading the one that comes after Murder on the Orient Express, and it's not like a super movie type of mystery. No idea what happens in this one. No, it's set in Egypt. Do you want to read this? I mean, yeah, I wanted to read this before the movie anyway. It just happens that it is before that one that I want to read, which, by the way, is... I just realised they're all on the back. So the one I'm talking about for Christmas is Hercule Poirot's Christmas, because there is a second Christmas one as well. But that's the one that I want to get to next. I guess I will show these in order. So, the one that I have to read, I have 2 more that I already owned, and then the next one would be the ABC Murders. This one I have read before, but I will be rereading it to catch up with the others. And then it goes, Murder in Mesopotamia. This one I believe is about archaeologists. That sounds kind of cool. Cards on the Table is one of the ones that I was replacing a copy of. Murder in the Mews. I really like this cover. It's very different to sort of, the other ones. So, oh, and these are short stories, I believe. Yes, they're short stories. That might be why. And then we have Dumb Witness. This is another one I was replacing. Something about a dog. Cool. Then it's Death on the Nile, and then the next one is Appointment with Death. This one is set in Among the Towering Red Cliffs of Petra, which sounds interesting. I don't think I've read any. I think the only one that's been abroad so far has been Murder on the Orient Express. So I'm really excited for a couple of these that take place outside of Britain, outside of Europe, and I'm really interested to see how that, how it differs to, because a lot of them are set in Cornwall, which I love, lived there for a while, one of my favourite places, and so I'm interested to see how it might change if it's set somewhere a little bit different. Obviously, Murder on the Orient Express, not set in England, but also it's closed area set on a train. So excited to see how some of these are going to go when they're set somewhere different. And there they all are. again. And that is the first part of the haul today. I will have a different video up in between this one and the next part. Still got a couple of days left of November. I think I have maybe 2 or 3 other books that could possibly arrive before then, so hopefully they do, and we will just see how everything goes. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you guys on Friday. It's going to be my TBR for the Hemisphere Christmas Games, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.